Hi to all my stitching friends, I hope you're well. I hope you've had a really good week and that you've managed to achieve your goals this week. I'm here with my cross stitch design Gracious Era, which is a dimensions project. I really am falling in love with this particular design, and the more I do it, the more I seem to enjoy it. So last night I sat down and I tried to do the back stitch behind this guy here and the back stitch over this Victorian woman that's sort of set in the background. And yeah, it was a little bit fiddly. I have to say I had a hard time following the chart because I think that what happens is that you might use the chart for doing the actual cross stitching, but when they put the back stitch over the same chart that they have the stitches, it's kind of hard to see. Not only does the back stitch cover, the back stitch lines cover some of the cross stitches, they can get blended in with other things. I had a bit of difficulty with his face actually, because on the chart itself the actual middle of the design is right in the middle of his cheek, and the chart has a sort of cross in black, and I thought that was part of the back stitch, but then I was thinking, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he have a black cross in the middle of his face? But you know, things like that can sort of put you off. So I think it's good if you can get a chart that has one chart has just the stitches and the other chart has the back stitch on top. But that's probably asking too much, you know. I mean, you know, something like that, which is a commercial design. Yeah, well, you just have to do your best, I suppose. So what did I do? I did this lady here in the background, and I was also thinking about, you see, the actual picture itself. It's really beautiful, by the way. It has got just looks like a sort of cream background, and I've seen a picture of it on the internet that somebody else has done, and it actually looks like there's some kind of dusky pink in there. Now I don't know whether this is something that the person who did the design, the person who did the cross stitch pattern rather, added sort of spontaneously, something they did themselves, or whether they adjusted the values on their, I don't know, Photoshop or something, that they might have gone into it and changed the colours at the back so that they appear to look different in the photograph. But ordinarily, when you look at the pattern itself, these stitches are just cream. And then I thought, well, you know, that looks really nice actually, having sort of dusky pink in the background, because these actual stitches along here, as you can see, they're not going to be filled in. These stitches remain blank. And I'm not sure about that because it's 16 count, it's quite big holes. So I thought, well, shall I do the dusky pink in the back? Maybe one strand of a kind of mauve with 2 strands of cream just around here. And then I thought, well, you know what? It's a snowy scene. It's actually snowing in this picture. So do you actually get dusky pink sort of horizon when it's snowing? I don't think so. I think you just get like a grey sky. So again, I'm undecided, but I probably won't do it. You know, one of the nice things about it, I think, is that we might follow a design like this, but if you want to add your own embellishments, then you can do that, as long as you're prepared to unpick them if you don't actually like them. And the other thing I did was I finished this gorgeous lantern here, which I think is really smart. And I'm really enjoying this picture. It's kind of cheering me up because I'm having a difficult week. I'm trying to get fitter this year. So I've been doing a lot more walking, and that's been also impeding in my cross stitch time. But walking is good for you, right? So I make an effort to go out and do it. But that means less cross stitch time when I add it into all the other things that I need to do. So yeah, less cross stitch time isn't great, but more walking time is great. However, this particular pattern itself just so appeals to me, and I'm actually falling in love with it. I just love the little detail. I mean, this in itself is like a cameo. That just that little part of it you could do again and frame it in sort of an oval frame. So what do I like about this pattern? Oh, it's such a snug and cozy pattern. I mean, there's just something about it, everybody going about their own business, you know, it's just like a snapshot of history, you know, daily life. The ladies probably going off to do their Christmas Eve shopping, this guy and this lady are maybe going to visit friends or something, and they're going to, I mean, you can, a picture paints 1,000 words, right? It's really sweet. I just think it's really sweet. And I'm not sure how many cross stitch patterns Alan Maley has, or dimensions have of him, but I think I'll look it up because they're just really quaint, and I like stuff that's sort of simple, doesn't have too many fussy bits. I think that for me is easy on the eye, and it kind of tells a story. And if something tells a little story and has feelings behind it, that's what really makes sense and appeals to me. Now I'm really unsure as well whether I want to continue up this way. The thing is, once you start in the middle, and here is approximately the middle, you then have to decide which direction you're going to make your way, north, south, east or west, or you can just continue working around like this. Now if you look at the pattern here, you can see that I've got these gorgeous lanterns, and this tree looks like it's going to be one hell of a feat coming up this way, so maybe I can leave that section for the daytime when it's brighter and I'm more alert, and at night time I can probably do stuff like snow, you know, easy stitches that aren't going to be too difficult for my eyes. And that was the other problem I had yesterday. I sat down to do my stitching and my eyes were watering and they were getting really sore, and I sort of suffer from certain allergies and things, and so there are days, and it's not too frequent, but there are times when my eyes just won't stop watering and they're getting bloodshot and sore, and I just can't see properly. But I wanted to forge ahead, and this is what I got done, and I'm really pleased with it. So the reason I'm doing the back stitching as I'm going on with this chart is because I don't want to be faced with a whole bunch of backstitch at the end of the pattern, which I'm likely to put aside and do at a later date, and goodness knows when that later date is going to be, right? So I mean, we're all eager to get on to do other patterns that we have, and we'll see which direction I'm going to go in, which is going to be exciting. So yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think, and I'll catch up with you soon.